Hey everybody, it's Etop here, and in today's video we're diving into a topic that's both fascinating and frankly a little disheartening: the world's weakest passports. Now I know what you're thinking, passports really, but stick with me because a passport isn't just a little booklet, it's a symbol of freedom, of opportunity, of the ability to move freely around the world, and for citizens of some countries that freedom is severely limited. We're talking about places where just leaving the country, let alone traveling the world, is a monumental challenge. So in this video we're going to take a look at the 10 countries with the weakest passports in the world. According to the latest Henley Passport Index, we'll explore the reasons behind their low ranking, from political instability to economic hardship, and we'll discuss the very real human impact of these restrictions. Before we get started though, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Coming in at number 1 on our list, unfortunately, is Afghanistan. As of 2024, Afghan citizens can only travel visa-free to 5 other countries. 5. That's fewer than most of us can count on one hand. And the reasons for this are sadly no mystery. Decades of conflict, political instability, and now the Taliban's return to power have all contributed to Afghanistan's passport being seen as one of the least desirable in the world. This lack of mobility has devastating consequences for Afghans. It traps people in a cycle of poverty and limits their access to education, healthcare, and even just the chance to visit family abroad. Imagine being unable to leave your country, even if you desperately needed to, even if your life depended on it. That's the reality for millions of Afghans. It's a stark reminder of the privilege many of us take for granted when we travel freely, and it underscores the urgent need for peace and stability in Afghanistan. Iraq holds the unfortunate position of number 2 on our list. Years of conflict, from the initial US-led invasion to the more recent fight against ISIS, have taken a heavy toll. While there have been some improvements in recent years, Iraq still faces significant challenges in terms of security and political stability. These factors, combined with a struggling economy, have made it incredibly difficult for Iraqis to travel freely. As of 2024, Iraqi citizens can only access about 30 countries visa-free. That's slightly better than Afghanistan, but still incredibly restrictive. It means that for many Iraqis, opportunities for education, work, or even just visiting family abroad remain just out of reach. The human cost of these travel restrictions is immense. It's a stark reminder that peace and security are essential not just for survival, but also for the basic human right to move freely. Next on our list is Syria, a country ravaged by a brutal civil war that has been ongoing for over a decade. The conflict has had a catastrophic impact on Syria and its people, displacing millions and leaving the country in ruins. Unsurprisingly, this ongoing crisis has had a devastating effect on the Syrian passport. With a visa-free score of just 30, it's one of the weakest in the world. For Syrians, leaving the country, even if they manage to escape the war zone, is incredibly difficult. They face endless bureaucratic hurdles, visa rejections, and often outright discrimination. This lack of mobility traps Syrians in a cycle of displacement and poverty, denying them access to opportunities and a chance at a better life. It's a tragic reminder of the human cost of conflict and the urgent need for a peaceful resolution in Syria. Chapter 4: Pakistan. Grappling with security concerns, Pakistan comes in at number 4 on our list, with its passport offering visa-free access to just 33 countries. While not currently embroiled in a full-blown war like some of the other countries on this list, Pakistan still faces significant security challenges. These challenges, coupled with a struggling economy and perceptions about safety, have contributed to the country's low passport ranking. For Pakistanis, this limited travel freedom can be incredibly frustrating. It restricts their ability to pursue educational opportunities abroad, limits their career prospects, and makes it difficult to simply experience the world. It highlights the interconnectedness of security, economics, and global perception when it comes to passport power. Chapter 5: Yemen, trapped by conflict. Yemen, currently engulfed in a devastating civil war, finds itself at number 5 on the list. The conflict, which began in 2014, has plunged the country into a humanitarian catastrophe, with millions facing famine and displacement. Unsurprisingly, the Yemeni passport is one of the weakest in the world, offering visa-free access to just 39 countries. The ongoing conflict has made it incredibly dangerous and difficult for Yemenis to leave the country, even for those seeking medical attention or fleeing violence. This lack of mobility has devastating consequences, trapping people in a war zone and denying them access to basic necessities. It's a tragic reminder of the human cost of conflict and the urgent need for peace in Yemen. Chapter 6. Somalia, a nation without a state. Somalia, a country that has struggled with a lack of effective central government for decades, is next on our list. Plagued by conflict, poverty and instability, Somalia faces immense challenges in rebuilding its nation. This instability is reflected in the Somali passport, which only grants visa-free access to 35 countries. For Somalis, this lack of mobility is a major obstacle. It limits their access to education, healthcare and economic opportunities, trapping many in a cycle of poverty and instability. The situation in Somalia underscores the fundamental link between a functioning state and the ability of its citizens to engage with the wider world. Chapter 7. The Palestinian territories, while not a recognized independent state by all countries, face unique challenges when it comes to travel. The ongoing Israeli-Palestinian conflict and the complex political situation have severely restricted the movement of Palestinians. Holders of Palestinian Authority passports can only access 39 countries visa-free, highlighting the impact of political disputes on freedom of movement. For Palestinians, this lack of mobility is a daily reality. It restricts their access to education, healthcare, and economic opportunities, and it makes it incredibly difficult to visit family and loved ones who live abroad. It's a stark reminder of the human cost of this protracted conflict and the urgent need for a just and lasting peace. Chapter 8. Nepal, landlocked and limited. Nepal, a beautiful country nestled in the Himalayas, faces its own set of challenges when it comes to passport power. While not embroiled in conflict like some of the other nations on this list, Nepal's landlocked geography and developing economy have limited its global mobility. Nepalese citizens can only access 40 countries visa-free, which can be a significant barrier to accessing opportunities for education, work and travel. For many Nepalese, especially those from rural areas, obtaining visas and navigating the complexities of international travel can be daunting and cost-prohibitive. It highlights how geographical and economic factors can play a significant role in shaping a nation's passport strength. Chapter 9. North Korea, the Hermit Kingdom. North Korea, often dubbed the Hermit Kingdom, is known for its isolationist policies and strict government control. Unsurprisingly, the North Korean passport is one of the most restrictive in the world. North Korean citizens can only travel visa-free to a handful of countries, most of them ideologically aligned with the North Korean government. For the vast majority of North Koreans, leaving the country is simply not an option. The government tightly controls all aspects of travel, and obtaining a passport is extremely difficult, often requiring special permission and justification. This extreme isolation has severe consequences for North Koreans, limiting their access to information, opportunities, and even just the chance to experience the wider world. Chapter 10. Libya, struggling for stability. Rounding off our list is Libya, a nation still grappling with the aftermath of the 2011 revolution and subsequent civil conflict. The ongoing instability and security concerns have severely impacted Libya's passport power. Libyan citizens can only access 41 countries visa-free, making it difficult for them to travel for education, work, or even to seek refuge from the ongoing violence. This lack of mobility has had a devastating impact on Libyan society, hindering economic development and limiting opportunities for its people. It's a stark reminder that political stability and security are essential, not just for a functioning state, but also for the basic human right to move freely. So there you have it, the 10 countries with the weakest passports in the world in 2024. It's a sobering reminder of the inequalities that exist in our world and the very real impact that conflict, poverty, and instability have on people's lives. For citizens of these countries, the freedom to move freely, a right many of us take for granted, remains elusive. It's a freedom that is essential for accessing opportunities, connecting with loved ones, and simply experiencing the world. Thank you for joining me on this journey as we explore the often overlooked issue of passport power. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell for more thought-provoking content. Until next time, stay curious.